trading Forex, 2 red news events and through the rest of the London session. Let's get straight over to the charts, and please remember, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and you'll get the heads up as and when I post these videos. So here we go. 3 trades I'm holding at the moment. First trade I took just before 7 o'clock this morning while I was preparing for the live trade planning webinar with the Price Action Traders Institute members. And if you're not a member, you can find more details below this video in the description box. There's some links there where you can find out some more information and how to join us if you want. So Euro, Japanese yen, took this at 54. You can see back here as price came through one of our entry points. Taking this short, looking for further downside movement, and I've got my take profit down around about that 20 level at the moment. The Australian dollar, US dollar was another trade that I took. Got in this at 84. And I've got my take profit on this at 2 to 1. Looking for this to move down at the moment into this level here, but depending on what happens. If we see some weakness in the Australian dollar or strength in the US dollar and it's moving in strong, then I might be tempted to move this take profit down towards this 50 level, a bit further down. But we just need to see how this price action plays out before we can start doing that. 2 to 1 risk to reward is what I'm doing a lot of at the moment, because I'm pretty restricted as to how much time I spend in front of the charts at the moment. And the third trade is the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Took this short. A lot of sideways price action here still continuing. Got in this one at 53. Looking at this price to continue down, and at the moment take profits down at the 20 level. So we'll see how these play out. We've got a red news event coming out in about 5 or 6 minutes on the euro, so we'll see how that plays out. I'll have the software running, the screen capture running, to see if we can get any red news trades in. Okay, so I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back in a little while. So with 17 seconds to go, started recording again, ready for this red news event. I had to punch out of this euro Japanese yen, losing 2 pips. That's what we have to do before a red news event, because there could be some volatility. Spreads are moving up a little bit, whoa, here we go. So let's see how this plays out. Spreads are kind of normalising, moving a little bit, but not too bad at all really. And I'm taking a short on the euro US dollar and on the euro Japanese yen. Just pull my stops in place, and an 8 pip stop on the euro US dollar. Who's there? See how these play out. We've only got 15 minutes on these before I'll need to punch out of them again, because we've got more news coming out, red news events coming out. We've got, let's have a look. Pull that across. You can see we've got this is the news event we're watching at the moment. And we've got this one coming out in 15 minutes time, the German flash manufacturing and German flash services. So surprised there was a move there, but not much difference in the forecast and the actual. But let's see how that plays out. Just get this off the screen. Yeah, pulling back a little bit, not doing a great deal at the moment, but I'll give these a few more minutes, see if we can take a few pips. Take a few pips on these before I get out. They're holding, that's one thing. They haven't bounced right back or anywhere near where they were initially, so we might still be able to get something on this. Let's see how these two are doing. The Australian dollar, US dollar showing a little bit of profit. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, that's showing a bit of profit as well. So we're seeing a bit of weakness in the Australian dollar, pushing these down. Okay, I'll pause for now and I'll be back in a little while to give you an update. So we've got another euro red news event coming up in just over 2 minutes. I've punched out of the euro US dollar for break even. Didn't make anything, didn't lose anything on that. The euro Japanese yen, punched out of that, taking 3 pips. So I'm currently up 1 pip at the moment, and we're coming into this Euro news. Seeing Japanese yen strength coming in across the board now. The Australian dollar, US dollar that I'm holding, just pushing up against that 80 level. Looking for it to push through that and then continue down to where I've got my take profit. Australian dollar, Japanese yen moving quite nicely because of that Japanese yen strength. The Japanese yen strength was something that I was looking at early on when I first opened the charts this morning, just before 7 o'clock. It was looking like Japanese strength was kicking in then. But it eased off for a little while and it looks like it's now coming back with a vengeance. So we're seeing that Japanese yen strength pushing that one down. So that's it. I'm just holding the two trades at the moment, the Australian dollar, US dollar and the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. And waiting on this Euro red news in just over a minute. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back when this news event kicks in so we can see how it plays out, see if there's any trades to take. Back soon. So the second red news event on the Euro now in play. I've actually taken the Euro US dollar. Need to put my stop loss in. Spreads moved up sharply, only for a very short time, and then they sank back down again, so managed to get in on that. And the Euro Japanese yen, same with this. Seeing that strength continuing on the Japanese yen, which is quite nice, seeing this push down, giving it a helping hand. So 12 pip stop on this Euro Japanese yen. Pound's moving nicely, and again that pound Japanese yen, pound moving down and the Japanese yen pushing it down, and the Australian dollar pair is looking okay at the moment. Okay, I'll pause this now, just going to sit and watch these, see how they play out, and there's no need to punch out of them now because there's no more red news events this morning, so I can see how these go, see if I can push them a little bit and pull some profits from the market. Okay, I'll pause for now and I'll be back soon to give you an update. Okay, back with an update. Seeing this Euro US dollar pulling back, seeing some weakness in the US dollar kicking in now and pushing this up. Getting pretty close to my stop loss there. The Euro Japanese yen, seeing this move down nicely, bounced off of that 20 and that's pulling back as well. So a bit of strength in the Euro coming in at the same time. Australian dollar, US dollar still hovering around that 80 point, not really doing a lot. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, saw this move down nicely. Locked in break even on this, and now we're starting to see it pull back a little bit. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back as soon as there's something else to show you or let you know about, or if I take any other trades. Back soon. Okay, back with an update. The time here in London is 9:46 and those two Euro trades that I took on the red news, both stopped, full stops on those. So you can see the Euro US dollar, I took this short as on that second red news event. It was looking good for a little while, and then it just petered out and pulled back, giving me a full stop on that. So losing 8 pips on the Euro US dollar. Euro Japanese yen, again moving nicely initially and then pulled back, giving me a 10 pip stop on that. Australian dollar pairs, they're still holding nicely, moving down. We're seeing that weakness in the Australian dollar, and we've seen this Japanese yen trying to show some strength, not massively successfully, but it's still helping to push this down a little bit. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'll lock in, not enough to lock in 10 pips yet. I'll lock in 6 pips on this. So locking in 6 pips on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. The only other pair that I've taken, this order was just taken on this last candle. I had a pending order on this, and I've taken the US dollar, Canadian dollar long, looking for that further upside movement. So that's it. I'm in 3 trades at the moment. US dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, Japanese yen, and the Australian dollar, US dollar. And currently down 17 pips. So not too bad at the moment. In fact, if I punched out of these trades that I'm in now, I'd be back in profit. I'm going to let them run for a little while. I've got a little more time. See how things go. Okay, I'll pause for now and I'll be back soon with an update for you. Okay, back with the final update. The US dollar, Canadian dollar didn't move out of an area that I needed it to. I had to punch out of that. I punched out for break even. And the Australian dollar, US dollar, you see that's pulling back a little bit, still in profit, but pulled back quite a long way there. And the Australian dollar, Japanese yen pulled back. I'm pretty much out of time, and so what I'm going to do is punch out of these two trades. You can see 7 pips on that one and 13 on that. Okay, I'm going to close this down now, and I'll be back a little later to round things up and give you the final figures. Back soon. Okay, back to finish off and go through these numbers, the wins and the losses. Before I do, I'd just like to remind you that below this video in the description box there's a lot of links there if you want to find out about the way that we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, the broker that I use or anything like that. You'll find all the links below this video in the description box. Okay, let's run through these quickly. The losses: Euro Japanese Yen -2, Euro Japanese Yen -10, and the Euro US Dollar -8. Those three were news trades. And the wins and break evens: Euro US Dollar break even, Euro Japanese Yen +3, Australian Dollar Japanese Yen punched out of that for +13, Australian Dollar US Dollar punched out of that for +7, and the US Dollar Canadian Dollar had to punch out of that as it was returning back to a range and just got break even on that. So a fantastic total of +3 pips today. It is what it is. You just have to accept it the way it is. And this is where a lot of traders fail, is that they can't accept this. Some days you're going to get this, you're going to get losing days as well. And just go with it. You really just need to go with it. Stick with the strategy. Keep your mindset straight and just keep going. And as long as your strategy is working like this one does, you'll come out on top. Okay, I'll finish off there, shut the video down. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video for you.